Hello, fabulous people. My name is Dr. Jesse James Grazier. In my last video, I got a few questions about the aperiodic crystal that Erwin Schrödinger compared to life and hypothesized that that must be the way matter is composed to form life, which eventually led to the discovery of DNA. But also recently in science, especially in biology, they've discovered biomolecular condensates, which is a dynamic form of matter that can aggregate without a membrane. And I think that's what Erwin Schrödinger was thinking about the most. And I had a few questions asking to make another video just describing that, which is what this video is about. And I'm also using a gonzo description of it because I think it makes the story flow and easier to read and interpret, even if you don't have a scientific background. So I do have research experience with biomolecular condensates. You can see they're labeled green in these cells, and this is on the right here. You can see a black and white image of it, and the blue in this image represents the nucleus, and the green is the biomolecular condensates that hold the cells together and organize proteins. So moving on, holographic matter and energy. So E equals mc squared, the old mantra, the atomic koan that cracked the universe open like an egg. It whispers that matter is just energy pretending to be slow, information folded so tight it congeals into flesh and bone, a cosmic hologram where every atom hums with the data of the Big Bang, encoded in spin, charge, and rhythm. Matter is memory, frozen music. Now Schrödinger, the one with a cat in the box, tried to translate this into biology. He looked at a cell and saw it not as chaos, but choreography, a crystal that didn't repeat, an aperiodic order humming with hidden code. He didn't have the vocabulary yet. DNA was still a rumor in the ether. But he knew life was information sculpted by physics, not a fluke of chemistry. So you can think of Einstein's formula E equals mc squared as energy is information spread out and then it's held almost like in a hologram into matter. And Einstein did, so that's just one way you can think about this formula. And Einstein also did come up with something called Bose-Einstein condensates, which explain how groups of atoms can act as one atom where the wave function is expressed in all of those atoms collectively. And that's what we're starting to see in this biomolecular condensates. So condensates. Fast forward to the present, where quantum poets and lab coats discovered that life's real magic isn't just the DNA ladder, but the goo between the genes, the biomolecular condensates. They're droplets, shimmering pockets of organized chaos, forming and dissolving like thoughts in the cosmic mind. They don't have walls, but they draw invisible boundaries through a liquid phase separation, creating micro-universes inside organisms. Each droplet is a thought bubble in the mind of a cell, a node in a living hologram. They read the whispers of light, charge, pH, and voltage, bioelectric gospel, and respond with agency. Shine light, tweak charge, alter the field, and the condensates reorganize the symphony. Life, it turns out, is a self-editing hologram consistently redrawing itself from within. The cell becomes a fractal mirror, each condensate reflecting the state of the whole. The organism, a network of networks, a recursive echo chamber of phase-separated thought. The boundaries of a body are not walls but wavefronts, fields of coherent information swirling through biomolecular fog. Consciousness, then, isn't a ghost in the machine. It's the machine becoming aware of its own holographic structure. Information observing information, bootstrapping itself into awareness through condensate choreography. And suddenly Einstein's equation stops being a physical formula and becomes a creation myth. We are what happens when E equals mc squared dreams of itself, when the universe takes a hit of its own energy and hallucinates identity. Schrodinger's aperiodic crystal has melted into a quantum liquid, an evolving network of self-refining data nodes, each cell a stanza, each brain a verse, each species a new remix in the cosmic information song. The hologram learns to sing. So the take home from this, as I kind of started out the video, is in 1944, Erwin Schrödinger, one of the people who discovered quantum mechanics, described life as an aperiodic crystal. Now we're realizing that what he was talking about were biomolecular condensates, which were later described by Einstein and his friend to call Bose-Einstein condensates. And now we're starting to figure out that biomolecular condensates can actually achieve the same coherence that you see in Bose-Einstein condensates. And since they have that coherence, they can have coherent information transfer through holographic superradiance. So this is a way that different parts of organisms can be connected together so they could kind of, even at the single cell level, build a map of the environment to help them adapt. And this is also when you combine it into a multicellular organism, we have the type of consciousness that we observe through our brain being a human. But I think all forms of life has different forms of consciousness that rely on these biomolecular condensates to give them an awareness of their surroundings. So I hope you enjoyed this video, wonderful people, and have a good one.